and he's very successful doing these film scores, and he's still making very interesting things, I think. It's like this new route for him. And like Manson is just an example of, I guess, when you try to just keep up with that partying lifestyle that you had when you were in your teens and in your 20s, and like it's a bit rough. Bless his heart. He's trying his best, but watching interviews with him now compared to interviews when he was in his 20s and 30s, it's a bit of a bummer. He used to be a very incredibly intelligent, well-spoken, articulate, interesting man, and like now it's a bit strange.
Really? What do you think happened?
Oh, alcohol and drugs.
Okay. Does he just have like trouble stringing together a sentence, or
not to that degree?
Okay.
It's just like,
so it's not like full on Ozzy Osbourne?
No. It seems like he's just kind of given up a lot. Okay. You know what I mean? It's just it's not as sharp.
Yeah.
And he's just getting a little bit weird. He's getting a little sloppy. I'll just say that. There's some sloppiness. There's some.
He's getting sloppy.
I'm trying to be nice.
I don't think he's gonna hear this. No, I mean I know.
Oh no, he was not gonna hear this. How dare you? It could be possible.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just not as engaging as he once was as a performer and thinker.
Yeah. I didn't know that he was still performing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just came out with a new record, I think. And I saw a music video he did maybe a year ago, maybe it was 2 years ago, with Johnny Depp in it. They're like buddies. And it's like them having sex with a bunch of models. It's pretty cool. Yeah. It's certainly not depressing. It's certainly not sad at all.
Definitely not suspect behavior. Yeah.
It certainly doesn't seem just like two sloppy guys past their prime.
Oof, and real upset that they're
rubbing their bodies all over young women
and forcing everyone to watch.
I also had a crush on Dr. Forrester from Mystery Science Theater 3000.
And which one was Dr. Forrester?
He was the one who made him watch movies. He had the green lab coat and wore glasses. Just Trace Ballou. And again, I think it was just because he was funny. Because he's just like a dude. He doesn't look like any. There's no, like, you wouldn't look at him and be like, oh, of course I could see why you'd have a crush. You're like, what?
That's like an insane science teacher.
But we had behind the scenes tapes of them, and he would like have his hair normal and stuff. And I was like, oh, he's so handsome. I was like, it was like 8 years old. That's probably like my earliest crush.
I relate to that because almost none of my crushes have been based on looks. Like, it's always some kind of weird quote unquote aspect of their personality.
Yeah, like I think that's definitely with me. Absolutely. Yeah. I could say like, oh, I get it. That guy's hot. Like, oh, Tom Hardy's hot. Yeah, but like, I wouldn't say he was my crush. I'd just be like, oh, he's nice to look at, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Amen.
Yeah, there has to be something more going on. Yeah. And yeah, for some reason, glasses were always a good indicator that there would be something geeky or like cool about this person.
That's probably, I just had Dr. Forrester had glasses and then Matt Stone had glasses. It probably just fucking stuck in my brain. But I think it was more like just funny. Anybody's funny. That was the first step toward getting my crush, which we all want.
Getting my crush. I'm still waiting for it.
What about, as you guys, what about like in high school and stuff? Did you have crushes on anyone in real life in high school besides Trent and Matt Stone?
Yes, I met a boy who kind of looked like Matt Stone because he had he had glasses and like curly big hair. And then I made him my boyfriend.
Oh. Was it one of those things where like you set your sights on him and you're like, he's gonna?
Yeah,
yes, I love that.
I'm pretty good at manipulating people into liking me. So, but he was a monster. Man, I think back at that guy, like, what a piece of shit. Oh. No, he was funny. His name's Pete Nelson, and I don't...
His address?
No, don't track him down, because it was, like, high school, whatever. But he was, like, just very, like, jealous and made me feel bad about myself all the time. And, like, when I broke up with him, he's like, well, you have to give me a guitar now. Stuff like that. Like, the power move stuff. I think he made fun of my hair once.
He made fun of your what?
Yeah, like we got
Beautiful red hair.
No, I
Yeah,
said
you
my
have, like,
part
the
was
best
crooked, and I
hair.
remember that. Oh my, Julia gasped. I thought that was very funny, but that's why it sticks in my head. But it was just like the weirdest. I don't know.
That is an interesting insult.
I know, right? That's why it stuck with me. I was like, I don't care. I remember being like blown away that was an insult, but I never stuck up for myself though. That's why I think I'm most angry. Is I wish I would just been fuck off, dude.
Totally. Yeah.
Sarah, has anyone ever told you you have a crooked part? Is that something that
Not
girls
a crooked
hear?
part, but I've definitely gotten just weird. Like, I have a couple of varicose veins on the back of my calf. And one time I was breaking up with some guy and he was like, well, cool. Now I don't have to see your varicose veins anymore.
Oh my god!
And I was like, you piece of shit. Yeah.
what a garbage person.
Yeah. So I just feel like guys like that, or like anyone, guy or girl, like very insecure and they just want to hurt you. Like they will grasp at straws.
Well,
Yeah.
he's like he would say like you're kind of like fat or something, which that doesn't like that was like, oh, that's a good insult, that hurts my feelings. But the fucking part one was like,
Yeah.
oh, that is not good.
That's not even an insult.
No, he was a bad
It's called the
boyfriend.
zipper part.
But he did look like Matt Stone. Got to give him that.
So all is forgiven.
Have you met Matt Stone? Have we?
No.
No.
Isn't that crazy? I
That's
would think
crazy.
I would cry, even though I don't even like care about him anymore. Because I was like, I know Trey does all the work,
Yeah. Well,
but it's still like it would be like, oh my god, just.
I mean, whether or not Trey does all the work, there's still a partnership.
Of course,
some
yeah, of
kind
course.
there,
I mean,
yeah.
there's Matt, but like
he's part of it for a reason.
Trey writes like every episode, like it says so in the credits and stuff. And I don't know. I think Matt's just there to like support him. Whatever.
Well, Trey sounds like an egomaniac.
Oh no, we don't have to. No, you know what? Maybe we can like them both. I guess.
Oh, yeah. No, you're
Just
right.
kidding.
This isn't Highlander. You're right.
I thought he was cute too. I thought he was cute too, but I just felt like I had to choose one. I had to pick a path, and I picked wrong. But
Well, I think you'll meet him. I feel like you'll.
I don't know.
Cross paths
I
with
I think
him.
we can make this happen.
I
It seems like a
remember-
very doable-
Yeah,
when I
even
moved
if it's
out
like
here.
a quick handshake at like a premiere or something.
I've
like
had
that,
several friends who have met him, and when I first moved out here, like maybe a month within it, like my boyfriend was going to a party where they're gonna be at. No, it was like maybe like 6 months, and I was just so jealous. I couldn't get over it. It like made me hate my boyfriend almost that he got to go see.
Oh, I feel the same way every time. Because the only celebrity people still text me about crush-worthy celebrity, where they're like, "Oh my gosh, you'll never guess." It's Kristen Stewart. Like anytime any one of my friends sees her around LA, they like text me like, "Kristen Stewart's at the whatever. You gotta get over here right now." And I'm just always like, "What would I even do?" I just rush in. Oh my god! Oh Jesus Christ!
Like,
I love
all
you.
out of breath, like,
Yeah.
hey, oh God, you're here. Yeah.
Hey, I'm that fucking creep that curated an art show dedicated to you. It's like I don't ever want to meet Kristen Stewart because of that. Who am I kidding? I would love to meet her, but still, it's like I don't want to, storm the Cha Cha Lounge randomly on a Thursday night, just screaming her name.
Yeah.
I did meet Dr. Forrester, Trace Blue, after like a riff track screening or whatever. And I told him like I like loved you when I was little. He's like, thank you. It was like the end of it, and I was like, okay, yeah. He didn't tell me I was a psycho at least, but like he kind of looked a little like, all right, get away from me almost. So I don't think it's good to meet him necessarily.
Yeah. So you were like, coming away from that experience where you're like, oh, why did I say that?
No, I mean I'm happy. I'm fine with it. I just
Okay.
like, I guess I should have not come on us so strong, but.
I can't imagine he didn't appreciate that.
I think
You're like a beautiful young woman.
Yeah.
Very
like, how
nice.
could
I
you
mean, it was
not?
like
Yeah.
8 years ago, so I was younger. But he, no, he just kind of like I'm confused. I don't know. I don't know what I expected him to do. Like, oh, you want to like get married or something?
I got a car out back. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Who would you say is like your all-time favorite filmmaker who would qualify as like maybe a crush? Like any like writers or directors?
That's a good question. Charlie Kaufman.
I love him too.
Yeah. I'm into that guy.
What would you say is your favorite Charlie Kaufman movie?
I really love adaptation. I think that's one of my favorite movies. I think it's really beautiful and very, very funny. And I also really love Anomalisa. I like Synecdoche, even though it's super fucking bleak, makes me very sad.
I haven't seen it all the way through, but today is Philip Seymour Hoffman's birthday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, happy birthday, Philip Seymour.
Right.
I gotta think about the writer and director thing.
Yeah, I think
'Cause they're-
Charlie Kaufman wrote Eternal Sunshine,
Yes, he
even though he didn't direct it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. Always makes me cry.
Oh, me too. Yeah.
I can't. Why is this so? I mean, I guess Matt Stone.
Oh
Just kidding.
Well, there's this guy.
Have I mentioned him yet?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess because they're behind the scene. Give us some, Sarah. What are yours? I'll steal them. Steven Spielberg.
Little guy named Robert Zemeckis.
Yum, yum, yum.
No, I would say
Land
No, don't do that.
probably Spike Lee and Ernest Dickerson
Oh,
are
yeah.
like a good team. Ernest Dickerson was Spike's DP for a while, like all of his early movies. I used to be really obsessed with Taxi Driver when I was in college.
Mm-hmm.
And the other day, Ricky and I were talking about it, and we were actually talking about it like kind of in depth. And I was like, oh, it's so weird. Like I haven't seen Taxi Driver in like I don't even know how many years. And now we're just talking about it. And we went to have a drink at Musso and Frank on Hollywood. And our bartender may or may not have been in the new Quentin Tarantino movie. Like he was like joking about like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Like he was like, oh, it's a masterpiece, you know? And then like he just, every time he would come by and like see if we were okay, he would start quoting Taxi Driver. Like he just came up and he was like,
I can read your minds.
Oh, God.
he came up and he was
Run.
like, anytime, anywhere. And we were like, oh shit. So, so I would say I love like Spike Lee, Martin Scorsese. I love Quentin Tarantino's movies.
I love his movies too,
Yeah.
but I never had a crush on him. Like never
Yeah.
once. I think he's just not. Oh.
Yeah, I like Tarantino's movies. And he's an interesting man.
It's probably like my favorite. He might be my favorite director in terms of like all the movies. Like they've just been influential and like top favorites. I don't know.
I like Spike Jonze.
Spike Jonze. Yeah.
He's a babe.
He is a babe.
Kevin Smith.
Smith. God,
He's such a jerk right now. I just like he's just such a dork. I like Kevin. I think he seems like he's very nice. And my mom really loved Clerks. I'm gonna talk a
Yeah.
lot about my mom.
Your mom has excellent taste.
My friends and I were like obsessed with Kevin Smith movies in
Yeah.
high school.
I was too. I forget
I
about
just like
that.
yeah, I know. And it's like I don't know why it's funny to say you like them now because
They don't age well.
they don't age well.
Well, I don't think, I mean, I don't want to say that he hasn't aged well, but I've seen like certain like statements he's made. He was just very crass in talking about like having sex with his wife and like just certain things where it just was a little gross to me.
Wait, give me an example. What's something he said?
I wish I could. I can't. Let's look it up. But what's funny is, it was just certain ways like he would describe his wife. Like I remember a few years ago, I saw I used to follow him on Instagram, and he posted like a birthday shout out to his wife, and he was like, "This woman has sex with me." I don't know, like it just the humor didn't translate. Like if he was maybe like
Like a
20,
little more juvenile, you're saying.
yeah, like juvenile, yeah, I guess, yeah. But I used to love his movies so much, and I loved Jason Lee as Brody in Mallrats.
I like him too.
And I would drive down the Jersey Turnpike with my brother to go to Secret Stash comic book store that I think he owned. And you can go to like the real convenience store where Clerks was shot. And
Oh, cool.
we bought Gatorade there.
Sick, man.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we
Like
couldn't
you
get on the
remembered that
roof.
you got the Gatorade.
So eventually you both moved to California.
Yes.
Not together, separately. What was that experience like for each of you? Like what kind of brought you out here?
moved out here with my boyfriend at the time, Tony Christofferson, who we went to art school together. We both majored in animation. And we moved out here to work on the preschool show Yo Gabba Gabba. Worked on it for all 4 seasons, but there were sometimes like year and a half breaks between each season. So it seems there were only 4 seasons, but it was like 6 years of working on the show.
Did you have the same job every time?
No, I started out season 1 just being a Flash animator, and then season 2 started doing storyboards for the show. And then by season 4, I was the animation supervisor, and I got to write and direct an episode. So it was like a pretty unique experience in terms of climbing up the ladder of responsibilities. It was just kind of like, it was a really great environment in terms of like if you showed passion and interest in things, they would let you try it out. Also because it was like non-union, so people got the freedom to wear different hats. It wasn't, like I also got to do a couple voices on the show and sing songs on the show or wear costumes for certain sequences on the show. And it was just like, it was a very free kind of environment. It was really nice.
I love that.
Yeah.
Did the show start in Minnesota and then come out here, or was it always out here?
It was always out here. In Minneapolis, where I was living at the beginning of 2007, I was working at Puny Entertainment, and it was a small studio. And Puny had been hired to animate one of the music videos for the show. And it was like a song by the Little Ones. And it was called Hey, Come Out and Play. And then the people on Yo Gabba Gabba really liked that music video. And they were like, do you guys have any animators living in LA? Because our in-house animator is unfortunately like, they have to leave. And I was like, I'll move to Los Angeles. So that was basically how that happened. So I lived in Minneapolis for 5 years and then moved out to LA in 2007. And
You were 6 years old.
when I was 6 years old. And I had always wanted to live here, so it was kind of a dream.
So you are living in LA for 12 years now?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And 12 Forever is about to come out.
That is weird.
That
I had
is
not
weird.
thought about that.
Yeah, right. You planned this.
Down to the day.
Well,
Well, that's interesting.
yeah. But yeah. So I moved out here with Tony, who then I introduced Tony and Kelsy, and now Tony and Kelsy are engaged. And we all lived together for 5 years, which was really cool.
You're like one big family.
It was, and they still are my family. And but now I just live a block away.
I love that. Yeah. Still in the neighborhood. What about you, Kelsy?
I moved here in 2006. So a year before Julia. I think I win.
I was so intimidated by you when I first met you.
She was intimidated by me when she which is insane. That doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
What intimidated you, Julia?
I met Kelsy at a Channel 101 awards show that they do every year called the Channies, and she was winning all these awards. She had made this one of her short films that I had seen parts of at the screening was called Kimiko Miko Girl, and it was this disgusting animated short that was kind of like a parody of certain Japanese hentai cartoons. And so it was like kind of parodying La Blue Girl and like Devil Hunter Yoko and stuff. And it was just horribly offensive, and the illustrations were gnarly, and the acting was disturbing. And I just really loved everything about it. And I was like, I need to meet this woman who made this. And then I met Kelsy, and I was like, oh my gosh, she's like this beautiful young girl, and she needs to be friends with me. And then so eventually that all worked out. I made you be friends with me.
You made me.
You had no choice, Kelsy.
I'm very happy. It's still weird. I mean, it wasn't that disgusting or offensive. So don't go looking it up or anything. You're kidding me, can't.
Maybe it's more offensive in my memory. Is it not offensive? I think it was pretty fucking gross.
Yeah, I know it is. I don't want to get canceled.
Oh yeah, sorry.
No, I don't. I'm not. It's fine. It's like, come on, it's fine. It's very poorly drawn, and I moved out here in 2006 because I was on MySpace and I met Justin Roiland, because he was Channel 101. I like Channel 101. And we're like, started talking. We're friends. He's like, come visit. And I was like, yeah, sure. Yeah. Get me out of Iowa. I was in Iowa. And then he was like, just live here. And I was like, all right, whatever. Which is crazy to me. I don't think I would do that now.
And were you just friends with him, or was he like sort of like
No, I was like
an internet boyfriend?
It was like an internet boyfriend.
Oh, shout out
MySpace
to
and
internet boyfriends.
MySpace.
Shout out to Justin Roiland, internet boyfriend.
Well, I mean, it worked out, and thank God, because I didn't know. I never. Yeah, I'm married to Justin Roiland. Well, I mean, it worked out because I would never thought I would move out here. I guess it just seemed impossible. I don't know. I have low self-esteem. I don't think I just was like I'm just gonna stay in Iowa, I guess, and do this.
Do what?
I was a biology major. I didn't know. I could work with animals or something. I didn't even know what the fuck I was gonna do. And I was just like, when he's like, come out here, like, all right. And then I got introduced to Channel 101, and it blew my mind, and it changed my life for the better because I met nice people, and everything was fine, and everything's okay.
Yeah, I would say like a good majority of the friends that I made in Los Angeles were from like the Channel 101 community or the UCB community. It was just like, it was really, really nice people to be involved with early on.
Yeah. Yeah, the people that I've met, I've only gone to a few events, but they all seem like really cool, warm people.
There's always going to be a bad egg in the bunch,
Well,
but for the most part.
there's always going to be a shithead now and then.
It's just like, I don't know, the 2007 Channy is the first thing I went to. I was just like, I was so blown away that people would put all this work into these short films that they were not getting paid for, and it was just for the joy of doing it. And it was such a supportive community. And I was like blown away by that. I was like, this is so exciting. I was like, I love LA. You know,
I thought so.
the first 4 years I was here, it was just like everything was amazing. I love LA.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. Not everyone has that experience when they first move here. Yeah.
Yeah.